Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, Bible scholar. That's you. If you're here watching this video right now, you're a Bible scholar. You are. Welcome. It's great to have you. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm sorry, guys. Trying to get this. I love the sunlight, but it's a little bit weird. Back to business. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Taneza. I am the mom of 3 incredible children living in the heart of New York City. I have never read the Bible. I'm grown, grown, and I've never read the entire Bible. So I'm on an adventure in 2023 to read through the Bible. I would love, love, love for you to join me. Super easy. All you have to do is subscribe to become a member of Taneza's tribe. I love it. I love it. I discovered the rhyming words and I obsess. Anywho, today we will be reviewing Deuteronomy chapters 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I will be reading verses from NIV, the New International Version, but whatever translation that you have of the Bible, stick with it. And if you don't have a Bible, it's a-okay. I will put every single verse that we read on the screen. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 11. Love and obey the Lord. You must remember that these younger generations were not first-hand witnesses to all the miracles the Lord did when he rescued the Israelites out of Egypt. So it's important to pass on the miraculousness and the faithfulness of God. I wanted to read for you God's promise, verses 13 and 14. It says in Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 13, "So if you faithfully obey the commands I am giving you today, to love the Lord your God and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul," verse 14, "then I will send rain on your land in its season, both autumn and spring rain, so that you may gather in your grain, new wine, and oil." So in my notes, I have that I think the Lord definitely meant that literally, but I think also figuratively, you guys. Not literal rain, but figurative as well. So I really, in my heart of heart, I believe that, and this is not preaching the prosperity gospel. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to say that I believe the Lord wants to bless us. And I believe the Lord blesses us when he knows he can trust us and we are obedient. But I was just thinking, how amazing, the image of rain, God's blessings in rain, just flood me. Flood me with your goodness and your mercy and your blessings. All right. So you know how I always read for you guys the verses that I've underlined in this Bible. This Bible was given to me by my now husband, then boyfriend, in 2006. And so whatever he has underlined, I like to read it out loud. So he has underlined, let me show you guys right there, verse 22. So I want to share it with you guys. "If you carefully observe all these commands I am giving you to follow, to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, and to hold fast to him." Verse 23, "The Lord will drive out all these nations before you, and you will dispossess nations larger and stronger than you." The Lord is extending both a blessing and a curse. You will receive the blessing if you obey, the curse if you disobey. All right. And again, I think that you'll be able to defeat these nations larger and stronger because all you need is God on your side. That's all you need, God on your side. All right, chapter 12, only one place of worship. I wanted to read for you verses 2 and 3. Verse 2, destroy completely all the places on the high mountains and on the hills, and under every spreading tree where the nations you are dispossessing worship their gods. Verse 3, break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, and burn their Asherah poles in the fire. Cut down the idols of their gods and wipe out their names from those places. Instead, verse 11, to the place the Lord your God will choose as a dwelling for his name. There you are to bring everything I command you, your burnt offerings and sacrifices, your tithes and special gifts, all the choice possessions you have vowed to the Lord. The rest of chapter 12 gives directions for eating, for offerings, for example, no blood, and making sure we're tithing. Chapter 13, do not listen to a prophet who tells you to follow or to worship other gods. I wanted to read, and that's a lowercase g, lowercase. I wanted to read for you chapter 13, verse 4. It is the Lord your God you must follow, and him you must revere. Keep his commands and obey him. Serve him, hold fast to him. Whatever prophet that is trying to tell you to worship or follow lowercase g gods, that prophet must be put to death. They must die because they attempted to turn you away from the Lord. And there are no exceptions. If that prophet happens to be one of your own family members, your child, your mother, your father, your spouse, period, they must be put to death. If people in towns that God has given you to live in, I wanted to read for you verses 13 and 14. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 13. So the wicked men have arisen among you and have led people of their town astray, saying, let us go and worship other gods, in parentheses, gods you have not known. Verse 14. Then you must inquire, probe, and investigate it thoroughly. And if it is true, it has been proved that this detestable thing has been done among you, you must then completely destroy the town, the people, and the livestock. You're going to gather all the plunder together. Verse 16, gather all the plunder of the town into the middle of the public square, completely burn the town, all its plunder, as a whole burnt offering to the Lord your God. It is to remain a ruin forever, never to be rebuilt. When it comes to idol worship, God, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Chapter 14. Clean versus unclean food. You know I like my little lists. Alrighty, so you can eat ox, sheep, goat, deer, gazelle, roe deer, wild goat, ibex, antelope, and sheep. I did not know what an ibex was, so I'm going to insert a picture right here for you. And I wanted to read chapter 14, verses 6, 7, and 8. Verse 6. You may eat any animal that has a split hoof, divided in two, and that chews the cud. Verse 7. However, of those that chew the cud, or that have a split hoof, completely divided, you may not eat the camel, the rabbit, or the coney. I did not know what a coney was, so I'm going to insert a picture for you right here. Although they chew the cud, they do not have a split hoof. They are ceremonially unclean for you. Verse 8. The pig is also unclean. Although it has a split hoof, it does not chew the cud. You are not to eat their meat or touch their carcasses. Animals in the water. You are allowed to eat them if they have fins and scales. You are allowed to eat any clean bird. You are not allowed to eat the eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the red kite, black kite, the falcon, the raven. You are not to eat the horned owl, screech owl, gull, hawk, little owl, great owl, white owl, desert owl, the osprey. Here's a picture. Cormorant, stork, heron, hoopoe, or the bat. You are not allowed to eat. No flying insects. And then nothing that you have found that's already dead. You're not allowed to eat them. All right, the second part of chapter 14 is all about the tithes. I wanted to read for you verse 22. Be sure to set aside 1/10 of all that your fields produce each year. And if the place of the Lord's dwelling is too far and you can't carry your tithe, you are instructed to exchange it for silver and then take the silver as your offering. Chapter 15. Every 7 years, all debt must be canceled for your fellow Israelites. You can still require payment from a foreigner. There should be no poor among you. I wanted to read verse 6 of chapter 15. For the Lord your God will bless you as he has promised. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. You will rule over many nations, but none will rule over you. Be generous with the poor. The second part of chapter 15 was about freeing servants. A fellow Hebrew must be freed after serving 6 years. On that 7th year, he or she is to be freed. But the servant does have the choice to stay with you. It says in the word, if they love you. And I wanted to read for you verse 17. If the servant that has served you does not want to leave, they love you, they want to remain with your family, then in verse 17, you are to take an awl, A-W-L. I did not know what this was, so I'll put a picture right here. Push it through his earlobe into the door. He will become your servant for life. Do the same for your maidservant. So female or male slaves. Also, I don't want to forget, you're also supposed to tithe your firstborn animals. All right, tribe, as always, we can sit in the sunlight for this part. The sun feels so good. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, or revelations, please drop them into the comments below. Again, a reminder, we are doing 3 uploads a week as we journey through the Bible this year. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Any questions, comments, concerns, revelations? As always, I love the interaction. Please drop in the comments below. And please feel free to pass our reviews on to anyone, family, friends, co-workers that you think might gain something. And a reminder, we're doing 3 days a week. Uploads on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Our next review will be of Deuteronomy 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Let me see how we are for the week. So we'll be finishing Deuteronomy next Monday. Wow, that's wild. All right. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I'm going to see you in our next review. Bye for now, Bible scholars.